What's up, everybody? Justin here. Hope you're having a good weekend. Here to do a new fantasy booking, part 2. Fantasy booking of the Raw, SmackDown Women's title divisions. So check out part 1 if you haven't. This is part 2. As I ended part 1 on SmackDown Live after Survivor Series, Paige, the GM, announced that Becky and Charlotte has to come to an end, and it will at the TLC pay-per-view in December with a SmackDown Live women's title match, TLC match. So this is part 2. Part 2, the TLC pay-per-view, starts off with TLC pay-per-view, Becky defending the SmackDown Live women's title against Charlotte in a tables, ladders, and chairs match. First ever. I don't believe WWE's ever done a women's TLC match. Maybe they'll steal my idea and actually do it at the end of this year. Who knows? I'm not positive there is even a TLC pay-per-view at the end of this year, but I think there is. So Becky Charlotte TLC match. To main event the TLC pay-per-view, Becky Lynch wins, retains the SmackDown Live women's title, and their feud is over. No more matches with them on my fantasy booking shows. So now we go to the Royal Rumble. After TLC, I'm going to skip ahead to the Royal Rumble pay-per-view. Royal Rumble 2019. Let's go to the women's 30-woman Royal Rumble match. Second ever women's Rumble. I would have Charlotte. Charlotte wins the Women's Royal Rumble in 2019. Charlotte wins, and she decides at the Royal Rumble right after she won it. The winner of the Royal Rumble gets to pick what champion they want to go after, from Raw or from SmackDown. Charlotte decides she is going after the Raw Women's Champion Ronda Rousey. Charlotte is challenging Ronda Rousey for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania 35. But first, will Ronda still be champion? Will she still be champion? That is the question. So on to the Monday Night Raw after Royal Rumble, where we have a tag team match. Ronda Rousey take on her former friends Shayna Baszler and Jessie Duke, or Jessa Duke, however you say her first name. I'm not sure. Is it Jessie Duke? I'm not sure. But she's been training probably a couple months or well over a year at the Performance Center. And she has been a part of recently Jessie Duke, or however you say her name. I know she's been a part of a few NXT live events in Florida. So Ronda against Shayna and Jessie Duke on Monday Night Raw after the Royal Rumble. The match ends in a disqualification when Shayna Baszler beats Ronda down with a steel chair, beats Ronda Rousey down with just a steel chair beat down. So now we have the Raw Women's title on the line before WrestleMania. Before WrestleMania, we got to get through Elimination Chamber. And maybe in real life, after Elimination Chamber, they'll probably do another pay-per-view, I believe, in March. Probably stupid Fastlane. But I'm not booking a Fastlane. I'm just booking Elimination Chamber and then the build up to WrestleMania. So the Raw Women's title on the line in the Elimination Chamber. Charlotte comes out first. Charlotte is on commentary because she's the number one contender. She gets to go to WrestleMania because Charlotte won the Women's Royal Rumble. So Elimination Chamber Raw Women's title match. The participants are Shayna Baszler, Jessie Duke, Natalya, Nia Jax, Alexa Bliss, and Ronda Rousey steps in the Elimination Chamber to defend her Raw Women's title. Ronda Rousey wins the Raw Women's Elimination Chamber. I'm not going to book a SmackDown Elimination Chamber because the guys are going to have an Elimination Chamber. So that would have to be 3 Elimination Chamber matches on the pay-per-view. If I booked a SmackDown Women's and a Raw Women's, that's too many Elimination Chamber matches. So Ronda wins and retains the Raw Women's title in the Elimination Chamber. After she retains, Chamber is risen up. Charlotte gets in the ring and has a face-off with Ronda. Charlotte, Ronda have a face-off. Ronda's holding up the Raw Women's title, and that's how Elimination Chamber ends and goes off the air. So now we go to, I just did a lot of the Raw Women's title picture and Raw Women's division. Now I'm going to go back to January 1st, 2019, and I'm going to go back to SmackDown. SmackDown Live Women's Division. January 1st, 2019, let's say it's the first episode of SmackDown in the new year. Who comes out on SmackDown to be part of the Women's Division? Sasha Banks appears. Sasha Banks is now a part of SmackDown Live. It's announced by Paige, the general manager, that Sasha was a free agent on Monday Night Raw. They did not re-sign her. So Sasha Banks decided to jump ship to SmackDown. Sasha's a free agent. She jumped to SmackDown Live and she challenges on the first episode of 2019 SmackDown Live. Sasha challenges and calls out Becky. Calls out Becky for a Royal Rumble match. For them to have a match at Royal Rumble for the SmackDown Live Women's title. So Sasha calls out Becky and she wants a title shot at the Royal Rumble for the SmackDown Live Women's title. This ends my part 2 of fantasy booking the Raw SmackDown Women's title picture, title whatever, divisions, whatever you want to call it. There will be a part 3, and that will be the final part. Hope you enjoyed this fantasy booking of the Raw SmackDown Women's title divisions. Bye for now, everybody.